So I was going to make a video talking about the state of the Horus Heresy, and then Warhammer Fest happened, and we got a number of really cool reveals. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the reveals. I'm going to share my thoughts about each of them, and just a little bit of discussion on how I think the state of the game is doing right now. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first up, and I think everybody knew that this was coming, were the reveals for the two characters for the Siege of Cthonia book that is coming out soon. This is the new Horus Heresy campaign book featuring the Imperial Fists and the Sons of Horus. So I play Alpha Legion, which you might know if you've seen any of my other videos. So to me, these characters are cool, but they don't really do anything for me. So they're great designs. I like both of them, but I think that's about as much as I can objectively say about each of them, and that's totally cool. Next up, we have something that I don't think any of us would have expected in a million years, and that is a plastic Knight Lancer. The plastic Cerastus Knight Lancer, there we go, that's a mouthful, gives me hope that we're going to see more of the Forge World style knights in plastic in the future. I think this is a really good sign. I think some of those miniatures are really incredible, and seeing them in plastic is going to open up a whole lot of options for a whole bunch of players. So that is really, really cool. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch the reveal video on the official Warhammer YouTube channel, because it's a beautiful miniature. Absolutely stunning. Go check it out. Highly recommend. Next, we got to see some renders of the plastic assault infantry, which is coming up. According to the roadmap, which I'm going to get to in just a minute here, we are going to be seeing these in plastic in winter of this year. So, unfortunately, that's still a really long ways off, but at least now we know that plastic infantry are coming. They are on their way, and hopefully people will be able to stop screaming about it, which would be really cool. In the meantime, I do think there are a ton of alternate options for Assault Marines and Despoilers, if that is what you are looking for. There are a lot of companies now that are doing STL files for 3D printed minis. If you really wanted to make an assault squad for your Horus Heresy army, I don't think you are lacking in options. Yes, this means you're going to have to go outside of the regular Games Workshop or Forge World options, but I think this might also be a good chance to explore the wide world of various alternate options out there. I know that Tortuga Bay makes some really fantastic true scale miniatures. You're still going to need arms of some sort. However, there are a ton of people offering 3D printed Space Marine combat arms. There are loads of options out there. So don't let that stop you from making a really cool army while you wait for the official Games Workshop plastic assault infantry. The last thing I wanted to talk about today is the roadmap that they gave us for the future of the Horus Heresy up until early next year, if I remember right, and I will double check that in a second because I have it open on a screen right next to me. So, first up, spring of 2023, we are going to see the Deimos Vindicator tanks in plastic. We are also going to see those two characters that I mentioned in resin. So that's pretty exciting. In summer of this year, we're going to see the Knight Lancer in plastic and new characters and upgrades in resin. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means more Imperial Fists, more Sons of Horus, more Praetors for some of the legions that may not have Praetor miniatures yet, which would be really great news. My hope is that they bring back Heresy Thursdays as soon as Warhammer 40,000 10th edition releases. So I think that release is coming probably in late May or early June, if past editions have been anything to go by. So it's not going to be long before we start seeing more new Heresy stuff. In autumn of 2023, we are going to be seeing more Lords of War, Dreadnought, and an Armor Mark update in plastic. And then in resin, all it says is a Primarch. So Primarch could be anything. It could be a demon version of one of the Traitor Primarchs. It could be similar to Horus Ascended, where we might see, for example, Rogel Dorn during the Siege of Terra. There's a lot of possibility out there for that. So I'm not even going to try speculating. More Lords of War. Again, that leaves a whole bunch of open possibilities here. The Liber Hereticus is full of various types of Lords of War that haven't been released yet in plastic. We know that the Typhon Siege Tank and the Cerberus Tank Destroyer are now both out in plastic. So that eliminates those two as options. So again, there's not much point in speculating. We just don't know. They did put up an image of some Mark III Marines with a Land Raider Proteus and the outline of a Daradeo Dreadnought in the background. So what I think is going to be happening is that we're going to get the Daradeo in plastic along with an upscaled Mark III tactical squad to kind of match the scale of the current Mark VI Space Marines. So that's pretty cool. If you like the current Mark III Space Marine kit, purchase those now because they are probably not going to be around for much longer. Up on the schedule in winter of 2023 for the roadmap is in plastic, a mystery army release, and the aforementioned plastic assault squad, which is going to be really cool. I'm hoping that the assault squad is going to be a dual kit so that you can make both assault marines with jump packs and despoilers. And hopefully it'll be a 20-man box because that's been the norm so far. Mystery army release. Again, it could be anything. It could be a full Demons of the Ruinstorm release. It could be Dark Mechanicum. There's too many options to speculate, so I'm not even gonna bother. In resin, in winter, we're going to get more new characters and upgrades, which is also really cool. So I think they're going to try to keep a steady trickle of releases coming for hopefully a variety of different legions. Again, a lot of legions still need Praetors, and I think there are still a lot of various upgrades they could do in resin for each of the legions. So that's something to look forward to. And then in spring of next year, 2024, we're going to see a Legion Command Squad in plastic, as well as plastic melee weapons. So that's exciting. And then it continues with the resin releases of new characters and upgrades. So I think this is pretty exciting for the future. I think the Siege of Cthonia book is going to, I'm guessing, judging by this roadmap, that the campaign book is going to be a yearly thing, possibly. I think they're going to, I don't want to say drag this out as long as possible, but I think what they're hoping to do with games like the Horus Heresy is to have a slightly longer edition cycle versus the 3 years between Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000. So I think they're shooting for a slightly longer edition cycle, which means that we're going to see fewer campaign books, but hopefully still a good amount of releases in between all of those. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another campaign book maybe May of 2024 as a like an upcoming sort of like early, like late spring, early summer release. But that's all just speculation on my part. For now, I think we're in a really good place. Let me know in the comments what you thought about all of the Warhammer Fest releases. Let me know what you're excited about. Let me know what Legion you play, because I'm always interested. I play Alpha Legion. I'm one of very few Alpha Legion players in my local community. And so let me know what you're playing, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.